Hi, my name is Joseph Parker, WBO champion of the world, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Okay, so I've just been sent a very, very small clip of Kevin Barry. Kevin Barry is Joseph Parker's head trainer. He's based in Las Vegas, all that kind of thing. Anyway, I watched the entire interview. All I can go by is the short clip that I was sent because I don't watch the channel that he was interviewing with. I haven't watched him in over a year for various reasons, which I'm not going to get into. But according to Kevin Barry, he's heard that Shelly Finkel, Deontay Wilder have parted ways. And at a time when a contract was meant to be sent back to Tyson Fury, Shelly Finkel left it on his desk right after they parted ways. Is it a deliberate thing that Shelly Finkel done? Do you just forget about it? Don't know. If it is true, it can be argued that Deontay Wilder, he should have got his other manager in JD's to take over that contract and oversee it and make sure it got sent back to where it's supposed to go, finalised, all that kind of thing. So again, it's still on Deontay Wilder. At the end of the day, managers, trainers, promoters, etc. work for the fighter. That's pretty much all on Wilder from that point of view. Now, is it true? I don't know. For me, no idea. But if I had to guess right now, I'd probably have to lean more toward the no, they haven't split up yet. Reason being is because it was only a couple of weeks ago that Shelly Finkel said that they're going through the mediation with Tyson Fury and Wilder still wants to fight, all that kind of thing. Hopefully that'll be resolved soon, etc., etc., etc. But when the contract was meant to get sent back, which meant the contract expired, that was a couple of months ago. So I don't quite know. For me, the timeline doesn't quite add up. It doesn't quite add up. But there again, hey, listen, you never know. You never know. Maybe Kevin Barry's got the contract part wrong. Maybe he's misheard it or didn't understand. Whatever, okay? So we don't know for sure whether or not Wilder and Finkel have parted ways. For me, going by the past receipts where I've been following Wilder, Finkel, JD's and the whole situation, going back for, 3.5 years when they were first negotiating with Anthony Joshua. It's always been Shelly Finkel, the spokesperson. Wilder does what Wilder does, okay? He's there. His passion is acting. You put a camera on him and he plays up for the camera. That's what he does, okay? But Shelly Finkel, he's kind of meant to be the level-headed one. He's the manager, co-manager, of course, with JD's. But he's always been the spokesperson. When it came to the Anthony Joshua situation, Shelly Finkel quite openly got offended that Eddie Hearn called him Shirley Winkle, kept calling him Shirley Winkle. And the reason why I personally believe, obviously it's not a fact by the way, it's just my belief, that maybe Shelly Finkel didn't allow, he was the one that blocked Fury and Wilder from happening due to emotion. The reason why I think that is because if you fast forward a little while later, when Shelly Finkel, Wilder and Lou DiBella at the time, before he got fired as well for arranging the meeting with DAZN, Shelly Finkel said, well, the fight with Wilder and Joshua will happen when I, personally, me, Shelly Finkel, has a good relationship with the head of DAZN in John Skipper. In other words, if he has a good relationship with John Skipper, head of DAZN, then the fight will take place. So for me, he's the one that's saying yes or no to who it is that Wilder fights. Wilder had no choice in any of this by the sounds of it. Was he deflecting for Wilder because Wilder didn't really want to fight? I mean, possibly. But there's other things as well. At the end of the day, with this whole contract with Tyson Fury expiring, that's down to Wilder to make sure that his team are going through with what it is that he wants, doing what he is demanding. Maybe Shelly Finkel hasn't. Maybe that's why he got rid of him. Maybe he got rid of Shelly Finkel because, as far as I heard, I think it was actually Shelly Finkel who put Mark Breland in the camp with Deontay Wilder. Of course, we've seen that Mark Breland has been binned off by Deontay Wilder for throwing in the towel and being accused of spiking his water, all this kind of shenanigans. So maybe that's why he got rid of Shelly Finkel. Maybe JD's has told Wilder, hey, listen, maybe it's time that you got rid of Shelly Finkel. You know, he's getting on a bit now. Doesn't really seem to have your best interest at heart. He's cost you $100 million for this undisputed fight with Joshua. Maybe he was the one who convinced you to take the Tyson Fury fight because Fury was weak in that at the time. Wilder should have beaten Fury the first time round, and everything seemed to have gone downhill from there. Then, for me, Shelly Finkel thought that Tyson Fury was easy pickings. Wilder, of course, also thought that as well. But maybe it's a combination of a lot of things. Maybe it's a combination as well where Shelly Finkel, said about Deontay Wilder when he first won the WBC heavyweight world title after defeating Bermane Stiverne, said, "We ain't going to rush Deontay Wilder. We don't need no unification with Vladimir Klitschko or anything." Wilder's still a baby, he's still a prospect. He had 33 fights and just become world champion, but he's still a baby, still a prospect, all that kind of thing. And again, it was a very easy fight for them to make because Shelly Finkel, not only was he managing Deontay Wilder, people forget he was actually managing the Klitschko brothers as well. He was integral, if I said that right, in the negotiations with Joshua and Klitschko, with Klitschko and Fury. Okay, so he could have got that fight with his two fighters, Wilder and Klitschko, and could have got it on for undisputed quite some time ago, but didn't do it. So is Wilder starting to now think, well, you've cost me a potential undisputed against Vladimir Klitschko. You've cost me an undisputed against Anthony Joshua for $100 million. And now you're the one who convinced me to fight Tyson Fury, and I got absolutely mullered for it. And I really want the third fight, and now you've screwed it up. Maybe that's what he's done. Maybe, it's possible. But again, all of this is rumours. Maybe they haven't split up. So I'll go back to my original point. The timeline of what Kevin Barry's talking about seems to be a month or two out. That's my only real alarm bell that's going off to say I'm not too sure if it's true. But again, Kevin Barry, he will know far more than what I will. Obviously, because he's US based, specifically in Las Vegas. But of course, he will have contacts and with people in and around America, other trainers, managers, promoters, all that kind of stuff, to hear certain things on the grapevine, to hear certain whispers. So, of course, he will know far more than you and I will. But I'm sure Wilder, this kind of news will probably get to his ears at some point, and he'll then get on to one of his fanatical fans who are quite clearly brainwashed. Then they will put out whether or not it's true or not. Okay? Anyway, that's my thoughts on the whole situation. For me, I would be surprised. I think that Wilder, he's been with Finkel for far too long now, and Finkel's been pulling the strings for a long, long time. Wilder, while he's made a lot of money, of course, a lot of that money's only come because of the two Fury fights. But the big paydays now are gone, are they not? Anyway, again, with rumours that Wilder is only going through the mediation because he wants money, maybe Shelly Finkel walked away from him. Maybe Shelly Finkel looked at Deontay Wilder and went, all these excuses are pathetic. How am I supposed to manage you? It's degrading to me, to my career, to my reputation. Because when I interviewed Bob Arum a while ago, when all the rumours were first coming out, Bob Arum said, there's no way that Shelly Finkel would buy into any of this. There's no way that Shelly Finkel would look at this and not laugh. With all the rumours at the time. This was before Wilder actually came out himself to substantiate it all, to sign it all off. So when me and Bob Arum were talking, we were laughing about it. There's no way that Shelly Finkel is going to believe this. There's no way that Wilder is actually going to come out and sign off all this. It's gone far too much. But Wilder did. Maybe Shelly Finkel went, you know what, jog on. You never know. In time, we'll find out. Anyway, that's what's going on. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up. Subscribe. Catch you all in the next video.